Back in the news as Goldman Sachs has offered the company a line of credit worth $1.75 billion.
People ask me if we compete against co-working spaces or against Regis, and the answer is no. We're competing against office.
After their latest investment, they have more than $6 billion in cash that they're able to use to expand. And remember, they just had
WeWork, from a $47 billion valuation to almost bankrupt in a span of 6 weeks. Their co-founder and former CEO, Adam Neumann, went from planning an investor roadshow to raise funds for an IPO to eventually being the center of negative publicity. That got potential investors scratching their head, wondering about WeWork's long-term future, and the media further investigating the controversies that surrounded Adam Neumann. That inevitably led to WeWork parting ways with Adam Neumann and putting plans of an IPO on hold to what they said is to focus on their core business.
The problem started when WeWork was filing for the IPO, which required them to submit all their documents from the business model, financial documents, to the general public and potential investors. Upon doing so, all the investors and the general public had to go through their documents, and there were so many inconsistencies and discrepancies regarding their financial documents. Their main source of revenue, according to the document, was from the lets and the rents they give out to other companies.
In a press release provided by SoftBank, they now have told us that they are taking 80% ownership of the company. They've even given us thoughts of renaming the company from WeWork to The WeWork. We can clearly see here that any negative associations that Adam Neumann has created for the company, they want to get rid of. With renaming the company, that's a fresh start.
Sometimes, when you're planning everything, some other bits and pieces aren't like as you want. Am I close enough? Please, motorbike, just
Wait,
I think
wait,
right now.
Wait for them to get up.
Thanks.
Okay, action!
Long story short, welcome back to my channel, and today we're gonna talk about WeWork. And from the failed IPO to a disgraced CEO, today we're gonna be talking about all the negative publicity that WeWork is currently chasing and facing at the moment, and how Adam Neumann is hunting for WeWork and what he left after his legacy. Anyway, guys, let's begin.
WeWork is one of the largest and most well-known providers of co-working space around the world. Founded in 2010, WeWork now has a total of 527,000 users, with 528 office spaces in 111 cities in 29 countries around the world, with a total occupancy rate of 90%. They've seen continuous growth in all these areas every year, but they're not the market leaders in any of these areas, yet widely regarded as market leaders. This is due to WeWork's strong brand identity and excellent PR skills.
What gives WeWork the edge amongst their competitors is their creative designs that are considered Instagrammable and features and amenities that are targeted towards millennials. These spaces consist of open floor plan that were hip and fresh with a special focus on community.
Telephone booth / deep work booths, right? If you want to work on something that's really private, or if you want to have it with no distractions, these are the places to work.
Despite a continuous increase in users and location around the world, WeWork continues to operate at a loss. In the year ending 2018, WeWork generated $1.8 billion in revenue, which is an outstanding achievement without a doubt. The problem here is that in the same year, WeWork spent $1.9 billion, meaning they had a net loss of $900 million.
It's a lot of revenue. Are you profitable?
So we are on as per choice, because when you have a 40% business, when you have a margin, you can actually choose when to be profitable.
Right.
We like to hover around the EBITDA a break even, and then we can choose when we want to move, where we want to move. Right now, we're in a very high growth stage of our business, and we don't see that stopping anytime soon.
What really got people excited was that WeWork were able to convince giants to invest in their company. You know, they received a total of 10 billion from SoftBank alone. But other than that, they've convinced Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, you know, Amazon even invested in them. These are people that, you know, they establish a lot of credibility when they're investing in these businesses. All investors around the world were getting excited for this IPO, saying, okay, if all of these people are investing in WeWork, this is a good idea. Again, with minimal information about the business.
I mean, the question everyone's asking is what damage has the failure of WeWork, the likes of Uber and Lyft, who are down significantly from their IPO price, done to the prospect for other potential IPOs?
WeWork, with a valuation of $47 billion, was planning to raise funds for an IPO in 2019. This unclear valuation of the company had potential investors and the general public highly skeptical as to how they arrived at that immense figure. And when comparing the statistics of WeWork to that of its immediate competitor, which is IWG, it is clear that not only IWG has a higher market share, more locations around the globe, and are actually making profit. It is valued at $1.9 billion, which is a far-fetched figure from WeWork's $47 billion valuation. This immediately points out to some sort of discrepancy along the line with WeWork's valuation. Also, during the process of filing for an IPO, WeWork was required to disclose a lot of information to potential investors, which included financial documents, business models, and disclosures.
So Adam Neumann wanted his employees to work hard and play harder, and he often talked about how he likes how alcohol brings people together. And apparently, there was always a $120 bottle of tequila within reach. So the fact that these stories are being leaked by the press means employees are not happy, and employees are leaking this information to the press. This is disastrous PR when this is coming out from your own company. According to former executives and friends of Adam Neumann, he apparently tried to smuggle marijuana while on a business trip to Israel. Apparently, the pilots found the marijuana stashed in a box of cereal upon landing, and they realized that they were tricked into an international drug smuggle. Obviously not wanting to be a part of this, they decided to turn around and flew back.
Anyway guys, we are moving to the handheld shot, and I have no idea how it's gonna look like right now, but all the jokes aside, WeWork right now is actually one of the most successful companies in terms of the real estate and in terms of the providing all the high quality spaces for all the companies around the world. Sure. And having at least this amount of locations in London, all the negative publicity that Adam Neumann has left after his, how do you call it, legacy. We're looking at the post-legacy of Adam Neumann and how he is, how he left all the bad publicity, how he left a kind of a bad, like a negative side to WeWork, and how the company is currently dealing with this problem.